We're about to get this thing started. I don't know what's going on with my system, but whatever it is, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But we got to get the show moving. We got to get the show rolling. We got to get to building. That's what we're going to do here at Giammi Journey Media. Oh, man. Be sure to join us every emoji through Kuumba. For those uninitiated, that's Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on GNJ.media. Or join our private Facebook group at Giammi Journey. Or join us on Telegram at GNJ Tribe. Come on out and join the family as we talk about our culture and we build into the future. The only thing that's missing is you. Come on out. Let's build. 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Shows are pre-recorded. But if you leave a message, I promise we will get back with you. We are out. All right, fam, don't you hate? Oh, man. Be sure to join us every emoji Kuumba. For those uninitiated, that's Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. Don't you just hate when your computer start doing, after update, shit just start changing. So all my settings were exactly the same. And I start doing the show today and ran into some problems. I am totally baffled and confused, but I am not going to give up. I don't give up. We don't do that here at Giammi Journey Me. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no giving up. Ain't no surrender. So we're going to go and continue with the show today. Family, the name of the rant today is Control Your Kuumba, or your Kuumba will control your life. But let me add, because this is the extra podcast, control your Kuumba, or your Kuumba will destroy your life. All right, family. So now, can I get some music, anime, please? Thank you. Thank you. And first, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giammi Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Hatim. Of course, you know that this is a Heart of a Simple production all day, every day. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Hey, so now we about to go and get this thing popping off in the way that we can, in the way that only we can here at Giammi Journey Media. And we're going to get into the rant, but of course, you know we got some other business to handle real quick. So anime, if you could, baby, please. It's the proverb time. Proverb of the day. Proverb of the day. The proverb states, fire is always a good maid, but a bad boss. Tell me, what does it mean to you? I picked this one for a specific reason. Get out those and Goose Saba Challenge. Self-mastery journals. Get the writing prompts. Cause I'm telling you right now, you gonna understand why that proverb was picked today. What's next, anime? Folktale time. Folktale time. The folktale today is called The Lark burying her father. The lark, according to ancient legend, was created before the earth itself. And when her father died, as there was no earth, she could find no place of burial for him. She let him lie uninterred for 5 days, and on the 6th day, not knowing what else to do, she buried him in her own head. Hence, she obtained her crest, which is properly said to be her father's grave hillock. The moral of the story, listen up. Writing prompt: youth's first duty is reverence to the parents. Ooh. Let's get it. Time for us to move into the rant, but what?
I am a Giammi man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center.
Okay.
A place to find and connect with my center.
All right.
A place to build my spirit, mind, and body.
Well.
A place to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community.
Okay.
A place to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself.
Well.
I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations.
Uh-huh.
I pledge to promote the principles of the Giammi warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path of success.
Well,
I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Giammi. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Family, I can say it no better than that. Now, let's move on to the rant anime, if you would, please. All right, the name of the rant today, I'm sorry, I forgot. Anime gotta do her thing. Anime gotta do her thing. Word. So, all right. You done? Can I get my theme music, please? I'm thinking all the time. On my breaks, at my venture, in my home. And it's always something that pops up that just fucks up everything. But it's cool. It's all cool. It's all dandy, candy, and beautiful. So, those of you that's tuning into this, you are a supporter of G&J in some form or fashion. Either you know when the show is going down and you coming in and checking out, or you're a subscriber and you're waiting till the end of the week so that you can get all your podcasts in one neat package. We are doing an e-magazine or e-book each week detailing the highlights of the week. So this week we are in Kuumba, and once again, we want to give all the Kuumba babies a round of applause. We saluting all those Kuumba babies, lifting you up. And also we want to give all the Kujichagulia babies a round of applause. That's me. I'm one of those. Oh, y'all playing the joke. Excuse me, the spiritual audience is playing a joke on me. Well, how about everybody get docked? Oh, you cheering now? Or are you cheering because you want to be docked? Anime, you talk with the crew. Oh, it's funny. Family, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to build, but here we go. So, the rant of the day is entitled Control Your Kuumba. Your Kuumba will control your life and destroy it. And also destroy all the bystanders' lives of people that are around you, of people that you love. So learn to control your Kuumba and build. We are joined today by Superman versus the Giant Machine. Old cartoon. Every now and then you're going to see me looking at it. Oh. Man, as you could tell, it's late. I haven't finished putting together our magazine, but I'm working on getting the magazine for last week together so I can send it out. And I think you're gonna like this one, right? And also, I was supposed to be sending out links and stuff, but I ain't did that yet. So let's go and let's get into it. Of course, y'all know I read, but then of course I go into why I wrote what I'm reading. This is new for me, so I'm still uncomfortable with it, and it's kind of hard for me to look at the camera when this is right here. So we're going to have to find a way. I'm going to have to find a way to balance out the screens so that I could get the camera right here while I'm looking at the screen. I could be looking at you and the screen at the same time. Today, we'll look at controlling our Kuumba. Kuumba is a powerful tool. Yes, it is. The imagination has helped me and hindered me in many ways in my life. And many of you will agree after I get done with this. It helps and it hinders. But we have to exercise our Kujichagulia in dealing with it. So when I'm talking about control is in the realm of Kujichagulia. All right? Kujichagulia help us keep a lid on all of these principles, because some of them can run wild on you and reap havoc. Our ancestors' first rule upon entering the temple as the disciple was control of thought. For us, it's control of our imaginations. Kind of go hand in hand, right? Control your imagination. Control the thought, control your imagination. Time and time again, I have witnessed people creating their own hell that spills out to everyone around them. These people have plenty of Kuumba, but lack the Kujichagulia to control their creations. And a lot of y'all got people in your life like this, where they just create shit. And because they created shit in their life, and because you're close to them, because you want to help them, you end up getting caught up in their shit. Listen, I'm knocking on somebody's door. These people have plenty of Kuumba, but lack the Kujichagulia to control their creations. This comes from the luxury that our ancestors' labor, blood, and sweat and tears have created for us. More free time. Our ancestors, whether you believe it or not, family, we are not working like we did. Some of you are working like we did and still are probably receiving the same wages, room and board and shit. But anyway, I'm not going to go there. Or maybe I should. Nah, I ain't going to go there. But we're not working as hard as our ancestors because our ancestors worked so that we could be put in the positions that we are today. And we have a little bit more time. But rather than us building with this time, we're creating fuckery and havoc and fucking nations. That's my new word. You know, like you got mechanations, you got fucking nations, right? That just run. And it's a fucking nation is something that's fueled by fuckery. All right? This comes from the luxury that our ancestors' labor, blood, sweat, and tears have created for us. More free time. We have people wasting this powerful resource to play mind games with themselves. They sit at home, offices, coffee shops, etc., concocting fuckery that usually takes a hold and causes confusion. I want y'all to think about that. How many people you know in your life that rather than use their creation to develop a system to send a rocket into outer space or come up with a cure for cancer, it's causing havoc in your life? They're very skilled, but their imaginations is going in the wrong direction. Their imaginations is not working towards the building of our people, the building of ourselves, the mastery of things. Their imagination is built up on fucking up your life, messing up your life, and messing up their life. And if they can, they want as many casualties unconsciously as they feel they could get. Imagination is such a beautiful thing. Like that proverb I just gave you. It's like that fire. It could be a beautiful thing, but a very destructive thing as well. Our imagination is like a horse, and our lives are like the carts that they pull. But for many, they have never taken the time to tame and control this horse. So rather than going where they want to go, they usually end up somewhere else. They usually get lost. They can even get hurt or hurt others, run people over with their life. We have to take the time and tame our Kuumba, and the only way to do that is by practicing it. We can practice it by using it to create things within our lives that are useful. In the last article, I spoke about creating rituals or transforming rituals that we can use to help keep us grounded in our culture. And it can also help to ground you. It's been said that the imagination is an excellent servant like fire, but a cruel and tyrannical master. Many of us just have to sit down and think about which position we would rather be in. Which position you want to be in? I myself would rather be the master and sit down on a daily basis and try to tame my imagination. To do this, we have to realize that control falls up under the principle of Kujichagulia, and to begin to use our self-determination to guide our Kuumba. We got to use Kujichagulia for what it's there for. That's our self-determination. We have to determine how these principles go out into the world, especially Kuumba. Because Kuumba is like that deity. It's like a deity that goes out and touch and brings things to life. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. The imagination. Okay, boom. Here we go. I myself would rather be a master, and I sit down on a daily basis and try to tame my imagination. To do this, we have to realize that control falls up under the principle of Kujichagulia and begin to use our self-determination to guide our Kuumba. Because regardless of whether we know it or not, our imaginations are active. And if you are not conscious of it, believe me when I say it's not working for you. If you are not conscious of what's being created, it's not working for you. Because you have an autopilot that is designed to take you and cruise control you straight into white supremacy. I'm just letting y'all know. Many of us have been programmed. Think about your education. The first 13, for some of you 14 years old. Some of you have been put in institutions that have been governed by the system since you were 3 years old. You are now 45 wondering why your life is out of whack. You know why? Because you are out of sync with your culture. And your imagination is helping you keep you out of your culture because you have not come up with creative ways to participate in the culture. Because your creativity is being used to create havoc in your own life and havoc in the life of those around you. Our Kuumba is about creation. It does not matter if it's good or bad for you. It's going to create. So we might as well begin to learn how to build our lives and tribes. Some practices that I use to keep my Kuumba engaged are writing. Take some time, writing prompt, take some time to do some writing. It could be a journal, diary, blog, or a book idea, etc., etc., etc. Some of y'all do poetry. You know what I'm saying? Use your creativity. Writing pulls on your creativity because to put some of the things that we are thinking into word is not an easy task. Plus, to write something that others will read and be able to comment on builds up our money. Because we talk about in order for our money to become stronger, we have to practice. Right? Writing is a practice. Some people say that we have to do creative writing, but I believe that any type of writing is creative. It forces you to look at your thoughts and use your imagination and create the patterns of words that convey that thought. This is a useful skill that you will get better at as time moves forward. Also, you can eventually move this ability to being able to map out your days and projects. This act of Kuumba can be very useful for visionaries and can help train your Kuumba to pop up when you want it and not when it feels like jumping up. A lot of us, rather than our Kuumba jumping up, when we say, let's go, your Kuumba sit there and look at you. And then it decides when it wants to go. And you have to move with it because you are now Kuumba servant. Kuumba needs to be serving you. And you got to command it and you have to train it. Reading books, number 2, and viewing other media. Be careful with this. When you are reading certain books, you can use your imagination to take you into the world of the book. You can stop reading and predict what you think is next, or even write an alternative ending, or section of that book. This ability is useful, especially when you are reading sacred texts, because you can become the character that you are reading about. And when you return from the read, bring back with you the best of that character. Watching movies and other media, you can do the same thing. I suggest limiting this on social media. But movies and TV shows, you can treat them very much like reading books. You can put yourself in the world, you can imagine it, and you can use your imagination. The reason I want you to use your imagination, one, it trains it, but also it kind of wears it out. A lot of us got all this creative energy and nowhere to put it. So we dream about fuckery. We daydream about fuckery. And then we start crying when fuckery comes into our life. We created it. A lot of stuff that many of us are going through are self-created. Because of course there's things outside of us that make shit happen. But a lot of this shit that's popping off for us is self-created. You are a creative being. I told you Kuumba brings you close to the creator. That's the link that we have with our creator. And many of us are, rather than training this thing and guiding it and directing it, and on a daily basis finding a way to tire it out so that you can go to sleep and get the message from your ancestors. Many of us are being run by it. Many of us have been imprisoned and enslaved by it. The next one, breathing and visualization exercises. Use your imagination combined with the body exercise of Nia. Breathing is called visualization. Now, fortunately, we use this exercise unconsciously. Now, this is what I mean. Many of us, when we get in problems, we start breathing and we start repeating certain mantras in our mind. We start going through other experiences in our mind. And whether we know it or not, our creativity is working there. Right? And a lot of us have imprints on us because people have traumatized us at the key point where our creativity was happening. And they would say things and it would stick in our minds, and our minds would use that as material to build. See, let me speak to you on this. What we watch, what we read, what we allow into our minds is the building material for our imaginations. This is why in geometry we talk about 3 parts of the mind. We talk about 3 levels of learning, 3 parts of the mind. We got the conscious, we got the subconscious, we got the unconscious. Now, of course, other people will be able to add more to that. But the conscious mind's job is to guard those other 2. The conscious mind is supposed to guard what is allowed into the other parts of the mind. Why? Because the thoughts that we have, the ideas that we take in, the sights that we see, the sounds that we hear are all material for our imaginations. Other people understand this and they use it within their culture. We don't understand it, so we think that we can listen to anything and it won't affect us. We think we can watch anything and it won't affect us. We think we can let our kids watch and hear anything and it won't affect them. Family, if you're going to be like that, at least have conversations with your kids about some of the stuff that they're watching. Have conversations with yourself about some of the stuff you're watching. Use your imagination to get inside of this so that you can start picking it apart and get the message, and you can leave the mess behind. You can use it mentally to practice a skill that you have been working on. My fault, let's go back. You can take some time and breathe and visualize your day, your week, your life, and create what you want. You can use it to mentally practice a skill that you have been working on. You can use it to solve life problems, and you can practice your response to certain stimuli, events, shocks. What would I do if this happened? And you could go and program yourself to have the reaction. You got a certain emotion. Somebody is going to make you mad. How are you going to react? You can practice it over and over in your mind so that when it's happening, it's just like it's you in a dream looking at the situation. We all know what our buttons are. How many of us are working using our Kuumba to help create other ways for us to react? Remember, we are in the realm of Kuumba. The sky's the limit, so push it. Freestyle performance, this is my last one. I use this one myself. Turn on the camera and just go. For those too shy, step in front of the mirror and go. Pick a topic and talk. Create poetry, songs, and or raps. Allow the creative part of yourself to go and do what it does. Now, these are just 4 uses. There are many more, and maybe you will end up creating more that you can write about on a later date. I don't want to leave you the impression that Kuumba is evil and working against you. But we have to understand that we are not working with a mortal being. When we start talking about our principles, men's laws and morality are not their rules. They will bring to you what you ask for or reach for if they are serving you. Just learn to use the power of your Kujichagulia to protect your and those lives around you, because there is nothing more dangerous than someone with a little knowledge and a lot of Kuumba. All right, family, this is Brother Tim. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'm up. I'm out. You have a great day.